Order the Monona City Council meeting of Monday, May 4th, 2015. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Alder Holmquist.
Here.
Alder Thomas.
Here.
Alder Bussey.
Aye.
Alder Wood.
Here.
Alder Spate.
Here.
Alder O'Connor. Here. Mayor Miller.
Here. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I would entertain a motion for approval of the minutes of the April 21st meeting.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Are there any corrections, deletions, or additions? Hearing none, all those in favor of approval say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The minutes have been approved. Is there anyone here this evening for public appearance section that's not on the agenda? Seeing none, I close the appearances section. There is no public hearing this evening. Consent agenda, we have the approval of applications for 2014 and 15 operator licenses for Megan Gillette at Speedway and Mohammed Walizada at Speedway. And then I'm not going to name them all, but approval of number of applications and applications and applications. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Applications have been approved. Under item G, council action items, there is no unfinished business this evening. Under item 2, new business, we have a motion to convene in closed session under Wisconsin Statute Section 19.85, paren 1, paren G, conferring with legal counsel for the governmental body who is rendering oral or written advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is or is likely to become involved. This evening we will be in discussion of the Bourbon Street Grill. Is there a motion to convene in closed session?
So moved.
Alder Spate moved. Alder Holmquist seconded. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Alder O'Connor.
Aye.
Alder Holmquist.
Aye.
Alder Thomas. Aye. Alder Bussey.
Aye.
Alder Wood.
Aye.
Alder Spate.
Aye.
We will convene in closed session, and I have no idea how long it's going to take, so stay tuned. To reconvene in open session under Wisconsin Statute Section 19.85, paren 2. I would like to take action on the recommendation of Attorney Gunta, who represents CIVMIC in the case with Bourbon Street, and it is not starred for immediate action, so would there be a motion?
Move to suspend the rules and take this item out of order.
Second.
There's a motion and a second, suspend the rules and take this item out of order. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Is there a motion for the approval of Attorney Gunta's settlement recommendation?
Move approval.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion?
I think as we noted that this is still pending approval of the circuit court judge in Dane County, and so I believe the city will have further comment once that's approved.
Because this requires the approval of the judge who handled this case, that we are unable to share any of the information publicly, but immediately upon the approval, which we would expect from that judge, we will be having a message from the city. So that's why we can't share much this evening. Hearing no further discussion, would the clerk please call the roll?
Alder Spate.
Aye.
Alder O'Connor. Aye. Alder Holmquist.
Aye.
Alder Thomas.
Aye.
Alder Bussey.
Aye.
Alder Wood.
Aye.
Motion is carried. The next item you will notice start for immediate action is consideration of Resolution 15-5-2028, amending the capital budget for additional expenditures for Monona's low-power FM community radio station, brought forth by the Community Media Committee. Is there a motion to suspend the rules?
Suspend the rules and take this item out of order.
Second.
There's a motion and second. I will note that at Personnel and Finance this evening, this was approved. Mr. Nimmo.
Vote.
Let's
Vote on this is.
Oh, to suspend rules, I'm sorry. All those in favor of suspending the rules and taking this item out of order, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Mr. Nimmo.
Motion
Motion
for
for
approval.
Oh.
Move approval.
I want to get out here. Is there a motion for approval? There's motion second for approval. Now, Mr. Nimmo.
All right. So yes, currently, the budget is at $100,000 that we approved last time. We are approaching $109,000. And where this is coming from is from a number of different things regarding moving the station from the high school to the city and co-locating with U.S. Cellular on their tower. We have made up a chunk of money going through the Broadcast General Store, which is the quote you have here. If you notice on the bottom, just to take note, the list price was $49,500 for the equipment, and we received it for $37,600. So we did our due diligence on getting a good deal with the equipment. Where we got, like I say, tied up is with filing fees, reapplication fees, surveys and studies, structural studies and things of that nature. So we're requesting another $10,000 to complete the project.
And as was discussed when the finance director was there, for the public, this does not come out of the tax levy. The taxpayers aren't paying for this radio station. This comes out of the fees assessed to the cable for AT&T and charter fees.
Yes, the franchise fees.
If this is approved tonight, the expected balance, fund balance in that will be approximately 45,000.
54,000, yes, he said it'd be
I
54.
Inverted the numbers. 54,000 will remain in that budget post this number. Questions of Will? Hearing none, yes.
I have a question about the wording of this resolution. The third whereas says, whereas such equipment is detrimental to broadcasting of Monona's community radio station. You want that to
Instrumental.
say essential, not detrimental.
Good.
I think you do.
You do.
Instrumental.
Or instrumental, or, yeah.
Something.
Yeah, Instrumental.
Instrumental.
Do you want to make that change to,
Yeah. Do I need to make a motion to change
Yep.
that to?
and is there a second to?
I'll second it.
Okay. All those in favor of the change to make it less detrimental?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, returning to the original motion, is there further discussion? Hearing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Alder Wood.
Aye.
Alder Spate.
Aye.
Alder O'Connor.
Aye.
Alder Holmquist.
Aye.
Alder Thomas.
Aye.
Alder Bussey.
Aye.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you.
Motion passes. Item G. D is consideration of Resolution 15-5-2025, amending the 2015 capital budget to complete street design for Bridge Road reconstruction, brought forth by the Public Works Director, Mr. Stefani.
Thank you,
I
Mayor.
will note that at Personnel and Finance, this too was approved this evening.
Thank you, Mayor. In your packet, you have a resolution. I'm asking for a 2015 capital budget amendment for street design engineering for Bridge Road reconstruction. I initially was going to be bringing this forward this fall for 2016 engineering and 2017 construction, but the redevelopment of the riverfront development, I believe, is going to be getting underway next year in 2016. And to have some project efficiencies with the internal streets of the development, along with Bridge Road, that led to us coming forward right now to request this money to do design. So the proposal was provided by Strand for $83,100 to complete design for Bridge Road reconstruction. I'm also asking for the capital budget to be amended, and also to have council approval for Strand to provide bidding services, observation, and administration services when reconstruction happens, tentatively set for 2016. This is not budgeted, so we're asking for the amendment from City Council. We're going to be reviewing this at our Public Works Committee meeting this Wednesday, May 6th, and we'll be back here for the second reading on May 18th.
At Personnel and Finance, I think it got a little confusing, but when asked, because we're moving this project ahead, it's being swapped with another project, so that in the total scope of the road construction projects, it's just a moving of the projects.
Nothing else will take this place.
Will take this place, so we're not going to pile
Right.
up additional expenditures. Alder Thomas?
And this is because of the development down in the triangle area. It's to accommodate that, and that's why it's being moved.
So that we don't have construction over the course of 2 years, that with construction perhaps beginning in the triangle and then having this happen, they'll happen concurrently. Alder Bussey, then Alder Holmquist.
Also at finance, this will be TIF eligible.
Alder Holmquist?
You indicated that it was for the design services of just over 83,000, but then you also talked about 2 additional. But this is only for the approval of the design, although there are letters for additional fees.
Right. The other fees, I'm going to be bringing forward in our capital budget preparation this fall. Mainly, I'm seeking approval to get the design underway and for council to approve Strand for the bidding, administration, and observation services for when reconstruction does happen. But the money portion of that, I'll be bringing forward this fall. During our
Come out of
capital
next
budget.
year's capital
Yeah,
budget.
right. For a little bit more information on this project for you folks, the driver for this is water main. We have a certain portion that does have new ductile iron water main, but the great majority has cast iron, and there's a section where we don't have any water main. We want to loop the water main under Broadway and connect it to the water main in front of WPS. That'll provide a safety net for the Southtown Business District in the event of well 3 going down, and if there's a water main break on a section of water main, Southtown will be covered. Right now, if everything plays out in the worst case scenario, we're not going to be fully covered in the Southtown Business District, so this will help take care of that. City of Madison has been notified, as well as MMSD, and Madison is on board with supporting this project. We share a border on Bridge Road with Madison, but they're all in. So,
Further questions? Alder, Pat, and then Alder Spade.
Yeah, I would just also like to add, it was discussed during finance that obviously the budget amendment is requested in this resolution, but our capital budget expenditures are currently right on, and what we would do for the extra $83,000 is we would borrow this money in conjunction with a refinance that we're going through later this summer into fall for one of our TIDs. So that'll be cut, $83,000 will be added to that refinancing.
Alder Spade.
And I just wanted to clarify, this is only Bridge Road from the Winnequa intersection out to Broadway, correct?
just for this project, yes. Mhm.
Further questions? All right. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
And at the next meeting, I asked Dan, just as oh no, this is a different project, but the mill and overlay, that he will list the streets, because I'm sure the public will want to know what streets are going to be reviewed, so. Yes, Pat?
It's certainly up to this body, but Dan communicated to me that he would like this body to consider taking this in one read, but if he'd rather see it go through another meeting, we would both be fine with that.
I know in the past, council has sometimes approved these contingent on what Public Works Committee does the following meeting, so.
Alder Thomas?
I move to suspend the rules and take this item out of order.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to suspend the rules and take this item out of order. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Alder Thomas?
Move approval contingent upon there not being any major objections from Public Works Committee.
There's a motion. Is there a second? There's a second by Alder Spate. Further discussion? Hearing none. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Alder Bussey?
Aye.
Alder Wood?
Aye.
Alder Spate?
Aye.
Alder O'Connor?
Aye.
Alder Holmquist?
Aye.
Alder Thomas?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
This is the one where we'll name the streets at the next meeting. Item E is consideration of Resolution 15-5-2026 is the award of a bid for 2015 street microsurfacing project brought forth by the Public Works Director. I will again note that this was approved at Personnel and Finance earlier this evening. Mr. Stefani.
Thank you, Mayor. On April 9th, we received bids for this project from two contractors. Struck and Irwin Paving provided the low bid, $312,778.17. And this is for the base bid only. We are not going to be doing alternate bid work. Public Works is scheduled to review this at the May 6th meeting. The project dates for this work is specified from June 1st to August 31st, and we're giving the contractor 67 days to complete the work once they begin. There's some roads, two roads that'll be completed in the evening hours, and that's Kilgust and Royal. It's out in our business district, out in the Walmart section, so we don't disrupt the business traffic. We've got 15 streets that we have identified for microsurfacing. On each street, there will be crack filling and spray patching prior to the microsurface treatment going down. And then the roads where we currently have pavement markings, the contractor is required to come back and replace the pavement markings. This is a surface treatment that we're going to apply a 1/4 inch to 3/8 inch overlay. It's going to be a material that'll dry within 1 to 2 hours, and there's going to be no mess to clean up. And it's going to give us a little longer life on our roads as compared to the previous slurry seal type overlays that we've done in the past. And the contractor, part of the education with the residents is the contractor is going to be required to put a cone in everybody's driveway, and that'll be their indicator if they can use the street or not. If they have an orange cone in their driveway, that means they can't use the street, they can't use the driveway. When the cone is gone, then they can use the road. We're going to have one lane open to traffic on each road. There's going to be flagmen on either end that'll let the traffic know when they can go. We'll be sending out letters for this project and the mill and overlay by the end of the week. We're going to have somewhere around 200 letters that we're going to be sending out notifying residents. And the contractor will also be required to notify each business and each resident prior to the start of work. So.
And we'll do all striping, correct?
Correct.
Contractor's responsible for striping.
Right.
All markings.
I believe that is it.
And you went to Pleasant Prairie, you shared with us last fall, so you've seen this work
Right.
done and were impressed with what you saw there.
Right.
And they gave a good testimonial to
Right.
this process.
Pleasant Prairie is over here in the Milwaukee area. I visited their community for about a half a day last fall, rode around with their director, had a chance to see their work. They've done microsurfacing for the past few years over there. One thing that we'll have slightly different than what they have is up to 60% of our aggregate is going to be a black slag. It's going to be a black aggregate, so we're going to hold that black look longer. On a new asphalt road, you'll notice that within 2 to 3 years you get that faded gray look. With that black slag, we'll keep that black look longer on our streets. Some people like that. It adds a fresh look to your road. But I'd like to point out that we have $405,000 in the budget for our road repair. The microsurfacing bid, along with the mill and overlay, we'll have just over $10,000 remaining in balance to cover any miscellaneous costs. So we're under budget with our combined work here.
Any questions of Dan? Thank you.
Yeah.
Item E is consideration of Resolution 15-5-2026, awarding of a bid for the 2015 just did that one. Let's move down to F, same thing, but it's 15-5-2027, is awarding of a bid for the 2015 street mill and overlay project, brought forth by the Public Works Director, and this was approved at Personnel and Finance.
Thank you, Mayor. We received bids on April 23rd for this work. Wolf Paving and Excavating got the low bid for $89,446. That is for the base bid and the alternate bid item. Wolf Paving is the company that we've brought in the past 2 years to complete our mill and overlay, and they've done a nice job. We'll be reviewing this at our May 6th Public Works Committee meeting later this week. They have from June 15th to August 31st to complete this work, and once they start, they have 14 days to complete the work, so it'll be a fairly quick project. Again, we'll be sending out letters to all the residents that front these streets later this week as the first round of notification, and the contractor is also required to notify every resident prior to starting work. So there's a portion of this work that'll be allocated to the sewer repair budget line item in the capital budget. $7,650 of this work will be allocated to that budget. So like I said, the microsurface and the mill and overlay combined, we're going to be underneath our budgeted line item amount with a balance of around $10,000. We're going to have some Strand representatives performing observation services when this is happening, so I still expect this to come in under budget when everything is said and done. So,
Good job. Any questions of Mr. Stefani? Thank you very much.
thank you.
We look forward to getting our letters. Item G, consideration of ordinance 5-15-671, an ordinance concerning the assessment date of a late fee for liquor license renewal applications brought forth by the License Review Committee, also approved at Personnel and Finance earlier this evening. City Clerk, I think, will address this.
Thank you, Mayor Miller. This was a cleanup of our ordinance to be in line with statute language. I have set a due date for liquor license applications to give myself time to get them processed. However, I found that I could not assess the late fee until the statutory deadline of April 15th. And in the work on this, City Attorney Cole did find other language in that same ordinance that did need to be corrected, so that's in Section 2 to match, again, statute language. So this brings us in line. Still will be assessing a late fee for liquor license applications, but not until the statutory deadline.
And when I asked Joan this evening if this happens on occasion, and it happens way more than on occasion, it's a regular occurrence, but generally do not have to institute the fine, but there's a tardiness for some odd reason for this very important license. Any questions of Joan? All right, reports of committees, commissions, and boards. Alder Spate,
Nothing to report?
Alder O'Connor,
No report.
Alder Holmquist,
No report.
Alder Thomas,
No report.
Alder Bussey.
At Plan Commission, the approval of the location and design for the wayfinding signage has been complete. And I'm not sure, when are they rolling out, Pat, do you think?
We're going to be doing a request for proposals within the next week, and we should be able to award the project by the end of the month.
So stay tuned, keep your eyes open.
Yep.
Perfect. Alder Wood,
No report?
City Clerk.
We do have a new alcohol license application at the Traced on the Water project that will be reviewed by License Review Committee this next week. And it is called Traced on the Water, and it's, I understand, a cafe situation, so stay tuned for that too. We'll have a new venue to go to for lunch and dinner.
City Administrator Marsh.
Yeah, a few things. One is May 12th will be the bike rodeo at Winnequa School from 3 to 5 p.m. Everyone's welcome to attend that. All ages, I should say, are welcome to attend that. Thursday, May 28th is the volunteer appreciation event that the city holds every year. So Thursday, May 28th, I believe that'll begin around 5:30 in the community center. And next Thursday, since you all are city employees here, is the Ride Your Bike to Work event, and the city will be participating and our staff will be participating in that event, as well as a year-long ride your bike to work and around a celebration. And then this past week, we had the Renew Monona applications were due for this round of funding. We had 30 applications, by far the largest number of apps we've ever had. And we look forward, staff will be reviewing them this week, making a recommendation to the CDA and the Finance Committee for funding.
Thank you. Very exciting. Can't wait till TIF 2 closes and we have monies to really fund that appropriately in a couple of years. It'll be exciting. Just to leverage or add on to what both the city clerk and city administrator said as relates to the year of the bike and ride your bike to work, I urge everyone who is a bike rider or considering to please register. We're in competition with other communities in the United States through the National Bike Federation. So if you go to their website, it's relatively easy to do, to log in. And then it'll ask if you want to associate with an organization. And Monona Year of the Bike is our team or our citywide group. And those who are app happy, there's a very friendly, very easy to use app that will automatically load your miles as you bike, and it's called Moves. And it's a pretty interesting free app that just shows you where you go. It knows when you're in a car, if you're biking, if you're walking, if you're sitting on your butt in an office all day like I do. So could be exciting. Wisconsin won last year, I think in large part to having Trek, where every employee bikes to work every day from all over the state.
So is there a door prize for the?
I don't know. We'll see how that goes, but
have a door prize for.
pretty exciting. The mayor was out biking this weekend, so slowly but surely he's working into the year of the bike. And then to leverage what the city clerk talked about, Tresta, they have their occupancy permit. People are moving in this week, and this evening before council, I stopped more to look at the Lottis Park, which is amazing, the work that's being done on Lottis Park. But then I met with Tim Thomas, the owner of the Waypoint, and it will be open to the public this coming Monday. And he's always seemed like a very nice man, but he was actually giddy about this restaurant opening in Monona. He was so excited. You should see the sign with lighting tonight, their Waypoint sign towards the belt line. So it's pretty cool inside, so I'm excited to. I have a feeling I'll be there Monday night if anyone cares to join me. So that's all I have. There are no appointments this evening. We do need some appointees to what's the historic committee called? Landmarks. We're having kind of unfortunately, between deaths and retirements, we're having considerable turnover. So if you know anyone, that would be appropriate. It's a very important, as all committees are, but that one's pretty important for keeping Monona. And also have an opening for our ad hoc facilities committee. So if you know anyone for that position, I think all the other ones we're kind of doing okay on. With that, I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
Move adjournment.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those